Peace, and welcome to another episode of Elevate the Mic. And I'm your host, Max Mupese. Today, we have a guest who's a recording artist out of NDG and who's going to talk about his story. So let us all welcome FiveOneMK. How you doing, man?
What's going on, boss? How are you?
Feeling well, man. What's the word? What's the word with you?
Alive, I'm well.
Good.
Just trying to release music, trying to work as hard as I can.
Got it.
Struggle that good.
Got it. That's good. So, 51MK, what's the meaning behind it and why?
So, at first, my name was Playboy MK. So it was
Playboy
kinda,
MK?
Yeah, Playboy MK.
Okay.
So like it was kind of like childish.
Mm-hmm.
So I wanted to go for like more so of a mature look. So 51 is basically like the area code from where I'm from, DG. So like the 51.
51
bus.
fielding. As soon as I saw it, I'm like, okay, I remember, yeah.
So I just kept it as 51MK and had a ring to it, and I was like, might as well, just more so like a mature look. Like when you hear 51MK, it's just instead of Playboy.
And it stands out too.
Exactly.
Like 51MK. Got it. So tell us about, or even before, I was gonna ask you about the early inspirations of hip hop, but before that, tell us about some of your childhood memories in NDG. Like, how was it?
Man, there's so many. There's so many good. There's so many bad. Like, just overall, I don't know. It shaped me to be the man I am today. You know, if I could have some good memories, man, just walking around. I mean, I'm a person I love to walk around. So me just being around, like, as you know, fielding.
Trust
you know,
me.
just seeing the man on the block, seeing just different stuff. Like, but one thing that stuck out more so than anything is just music. You know, like you just walk around. NDG is mostly like West Indians, so you heard a lot of like either dancehall, reggae, stuff like that. So just that in itself, like I remember that like vividly, you know, just vividly. So,
Got it. So that's what you mean. You realize like it was part of who you are, creating your identity, and you saw yourself making hip hop through that. Or
I'm not gonna say. Well, I mean, in a sense, I realized it later on in life, because really what I wanted to do, like, was sports. Like, I love basketball and stuff, but music was something that always, like, in a sense, chased me. Like, I did piano growing up. I did, like, choirs and stuff like that. Like, my mom really, like, put me into situations where I could be musically inclined. You know, like, even at home, like, Sunday mornings, you hear that music, you know you're about to clean. You know, so every
yeah, the broom and the carpet, everything.
Everything,
Like, hey,
everything laid
get to
out.
work.
You know, you try to sleep it, but it's like,
No.
nah, you getting your ass up.
I know that
But
feeling.
yeah, man, just honestly, later on in life, I realized that all of that shaped me into, like, really doing music. You know, at first, like, I'm not gonna say that's not something I wanted to do, but it wasn't in my mind like that.
Got it. So your parents were also, were they more supportive, or how did they react when they saw that you started making music?
Well, my mom, she's always been supportive. You know, it was more so my dad. Like, I didn't know how he was going to react. I have a Congolese dad. You feel me?
It's just
So,
different, yeah.
But you know, like as like I grew and stuff like that. Like we started getting more closer and stuff. And you know, he's really supportive. He was very supportive, especially like he'll send my music to people back home.
Dope.
You know, like stuff like this. So like one thing that really surprised me about my parents is how supportive they were about it. You know, they're like, okay, like,
Look at my son, he's a future
he's
star.
a future star, stuff like that, you know? But like at first, like I was very secretive about it. I didn't even tell people that knew they knew. People that didn't know, it was like, yeah, like,
Right,
so
it is what it is.
It is what it is, you know? But I was very secretive about it, and my mom was like, bro, like, show your dad. Like, he loves music, and you know this. You know, so, yeah.
Which is good sometimes when we realize, because you take things with you end up taking things with a grain of salt. Like,
Exactly.
okay, you're not supporting my music? Well, it's not for you at this moment.
Exactly.
Eventually you're going to catch up, and if you don't, or if you do, so be it. I'm still going to continue to do my thing.
Sure.
That's good, that's good. So who are some of your early inspirations when it comes down to music in general, like hip-hop, whatever, dancehall?
I want to say there's different, like, periods of time up to this time of my life where it's just like, so like growing up, more so reggae. Like my dad listened to a lot of Bob Marley growing up and Congolese music. So like Chalamwana, Kofi Olomide, Jibe Mpiana, BCBG, all of that. And he loves Michael Jackson. Like we grew up on that. Off the Wall, Thriller, just that, and then growing up into like me exploring for myself,
Right.
more so R&B.
Mm.
Like, cause my parents met on Boys to Men.
For real?
Yeah, they met to Boys to Men. What's
Mon-
the song?
States or
No, they met here.
okay.
But like they met, like they danced together the first time they met.
Oh, dope.
So like what was the song? Water Runs Dry.
Okay. Wow.
Yes, that Water Runs Dry. So like they have the album. So like I took it one day and I was like, what's this? You know.
Mm.
So like that's me like more so exploring. So like that, and then growing up, being with friends. Wayne was like that nigga.
Mm.
Wayne was him.
Right.
So I want to say that Jay-Z, Pac, of course. Like, that was a heavy Pac for him and my uncle. Like they love Pac.
Got it.
So, but there's a lot more. I could go on for this whole interview
That's
about that.
dope. Okay.
But there's a lot.
Got it. Which is interesting when you said R&B because when I hear your music, also I hear it not only rapping but you sing as well. So would you say that's something that you developed later on, or it was always in you when you started making music?
To be honest, it was always something I wanted to do as I started music. I was like, I don't want to be categorized as just like all the MTL rappers here that do just the trap and stuff. Don't get me wrong, I love it, you know, like, but as me stepping in, I was like, okay, I don't really want to step into that. You know, I really want to step into like this is what I do. I didn't want to be boxed in.
Boxed in. You want to create your own lane.
Exactly.
Notice why? That's why I said recording artist when I mentioned
Yeah,
music. I didn't say rapper or
yeah.
that's. It's important because you're with recording artists. Obviously, you record. You're a singer songwriter, and you're gonna be able to create your own lane as you go. So
exactly.
that's
and
good.
you just find yourself like having a lot of people want to collaborate with you. Either it's rappers, either it's singers, either it's dancers, like, all of that. You know, and like especially like throughout this year is more so where like I kind of like ventured off into working with people. You know, so it's very fun to see.
Got it.
It's interesting to see.
4DG. That's a community, right?
That's a music collective.
Music collective.
Yeah.
Thank you. So when did you start recording with them, and where do you stand with them today? Like, you still affiliated with?
So I never really like recorded with them. That's like really my own brethren's like stuff.
Okay.
You know, like I mess with some of them. I mess with Sona. I mess with Dot, my brothers. But I'm more so like so Ja as well. I can't forget Ja.
Yeah.
But I'm more so like All Star Studios.
Okay.
That's me. All Star Studios and Private Party. That's who I rock with.
With Superstar J.
Yeah, with Superstar. My brother's Superstar J as well.
Got it.
You know, so like we're affiliated with All Star Studios. You know, but we rock with 4DG. Those are our brothers. You know, we rock. But as for where we stand, those are my brothers. Like if they're like, hey bro, let's go record at the crib. All right, bet. What's up?
One time.
You know, like they're 5 minutes away from the crib, so it's like that's family.
And how did that come about? Like, you guys just linked through the neighborhood, or is just like somebody knew somebody, and eventually
Through the neighborhood and more so basketball.
Okay.
That's how I know a lot of people.
Fast.
Basketball. That's how I know Jay. That's how I know Dot. Basketball. So like, and it's like, as soon as COVID hit, we have more time. we have more
That's
time
facts.
to really think about what we want to do just with life.
It was also a blessing. As
It was
much
a blessing in
as much it was
disguise.
tough for a lot of people, it was a blessing too.
For me, it was a blessing in disguise. You know, like I went through some of the toughest times during that time. So, like, coming out with music was more so like, okay, this is where I stand as an individual, as what I want to do in my life. You know, so.
Which is like interesting. You're saying when you go through these moments, you end up creating more material.
Exactly.
And that gives you like it's ammo, you know.
No, I feel as though honestly, the more stuff you go through in life is just the way you channel that is everything. You know, it could destroy you, it could build you.
Trust.
So however you channel that, however you choose to channel that is everything.
It's the choice. The choice is ours.
Exactly.
You recently had a listening party at apartment 200, right?
Yeah.
Which is great. Congratulations, by the way. I love that. I love that.
Sure.
And tell us about that, and what are you grateful for from this experience?
So the way it came about is one of my good friends, Lou Celestino. I think he's part owner of the club. And then I had previewed the song weeks prior to it, or days prior to it actually, to the drop. And he just pitched the idea to me. He's like, listen, like you have this whatever, like song coming out, like try to come perform it at the club. I was like, say less. So he had asked me to also have like a 2-3 songs, just that, make people listen to it. It was lit.
I saw the videos. I was like,
it was
okay.
Lit, man.
I felt like I missed out.
Nah, it did, bro.
I'm like,
telling
damn.
you. Man, the whole hood came out. People that didn't even live in the hood no more came out, So it's just like, it was a blessing, man. I had all my friends, and I don't even want to say friends, they family.
Right.
People like, I had my boy HDL, visuals, shoot some of this stuff that I had going on. And most importantly, like, I had 2 of my songs played, but I had a feature as well with 2 of my brothers, Ron and Jay.
Yeah.
So, and it wasn't something that we dropped, but it was a K-Tronada beat. So I messed with K-Tronada heavy.
Serious, yeah.
He's a serious guy. So, like, I just wanted to show him, like, we could go crazy on this beat. And eventually, if we could do a feature, why not? Eventually, if we could work together, that was the goal, honestly. But more so just to, like, show the versatility of, like, how I rock. I could go on the house beat, I could go on the trap beat, and I could do, do different things. And more so, like, have it within the family. That's why I made sure to specifically have that song with both of them, so that way, I'm shining, they're shining. We're all,
eating together.
Exactly.
That's good.
Yeah.
Tell us about the inspiration behind the title, Everybody Hates K.
So Everybody Hates K. I used to watch Everybody Hates Chris like clockwork. I love that show. Like, that was my show.
Misunderstood
for real. And to be honest, I related to him because he was the oldest. I'm the oldest in my household.
Okay.
So it's like, I related to that. But it's like, it always seemed like, at that particular time in my life, it always seemed like someone hated me.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So it's like, not necessarily hate. I don't want to say hate. Hate's a big word.
Right.
But that's just how it felt. That's how I felt at the moment. So it's just like, I could only control what I could control. And like, again, it goes back to what I was saying, like, the way you channel it.
Got it. Yeah, true. Or you probably, what I understand is like somebody wanting to dim your light or trying to dim your light.
Yeah.
Okay, got
Exactly.
it. Yeah.
So it's just a lot of fears. So it's just like, all right, say less. I'm gonna just do this, and then it worked out. It worked out. I have a song out of it. So.
And you almost forget that that person could be, depending on how we look at it, ill will intentions or unintentional about how they view you, how they move when you're around. But you're like, shoot, when I'm focusing on what I gotta do, when I'm focusing on my passion, you forget that that person is actually has those feelings towards you. So it's always good to keep your foot on the gas pedal.
For sure.
That's it. A few last questions. What was the turning point in your life that made you stick to what you're currently doing? Because there's a lot of stuff going on in the hood sometimes that distract us. But what was the turning point that made you realize, okay, you know what, I gotta stick to this?
Damn.
It's a deep question.
That's a deep one. I want to say more so like when I heard like the feedback, positive or negative. More so like the negative more so gave me a fuel as to like, okay, I want to like let's say I had a bad song, like not necessarily a bad song, but someone is like hesitant towards it. I'm like, okay, like how do you feel about it? Like I never like to hear great things about the way people feel. Like I don't like that.
Want that truth?
I want that truth.
Yeah.
That's what, like, Jay is one of those people where it's like, everybody in the stu could be feeling a song and he's like, I know what you can do. Yeah.
Do it again.
Do it again. Or like, I know what you could do. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, I like that more so than, oh my God, this is such a great song. Oh, miss me
And
with
they
that
can't tell
shit.
you which
Yeah,
part of the song is great.
exactly.
Like, oh, it's
I'm
just
like, oh
great.
yeah, like, what do you like about the song? Everything. I'm like, bro. But it's like more so when I speak to like people like Jay or like any other people, like my other brother Craze De La Rosa.
Mm,
Like it's more so they'll give me the truth. They'll be like, yo, bro, like you could sing this better.
mm,
You didn't have to say this, say like this. You know,
Mm.
I'd rather that because it's just gonna make me better.
mm.
So I feel like those instances is really what made me like, okay, I can do something.
Got it.
I could really like do something. And it's like, if hard critics see potential in it and not so like knocking it down,
Right.
then there's something.
True.
You know, so, yeah.
Got it. Got it.
Mhm.
Let's move on to the segment. It's called
Mhm.
If You Had the Chance To. So that
Mhm.
means if you had a chance to sit down in front of your 16-year-old self,
Mhm.
growing up in NDG,
Mhm.
what would you tell that person today?
Damn. It's gonna be alright, bro.
Mm,
It's gonna be alright.
don't stress it out.
Nah, not even stress it out. Just whatever's going through. Cause I'm a heavy thinker.
Mm,
I'm overthinking every type of situation.
mm.
I'll be walking down the street. I'm like,
Observing
observe,
shit.
like I'm
Like,
observing, but it's
something's
like,
off.
yeah, but it's gonna be okay and trust yourself.
Mm,
Trust yourself with whatever it is you're going through. Like just trust your instinct.
mm,
That's what kind of like brought me to this point. Just
Mhm.
trusting myself a lot, and it's something that it doesn't happen overnight.
right.
You need situations to go through that.
Mhm.
So trust yourself, and it's gonna be alright.
Dope, dope. What comes to mind when you hear elevate the mic?
Yeah. Elevation,
Mhm.
just anything futuristic.
Mm,
You know, just empowerment. Anything futuristic, honestly.
it's good. It's good. All right.
So,
How could people follow you? How could the viewers hear about your music? Feel free to plug it in.
So, my Instagram is FiveOneMK, FiveOneMK. Spotify, Apple Music, all that. I'm over there. So, YouTube and all that too. So, yeah.
Amazing, amazing, amazing. Thank you again. I just want to say, man, from what I see, you collaborating with Zoo as well,
Yeah, it's my
making these
brother, big
moves.
bro.
Yeah,
That's
no,
my bro right
I
there.
see it. I see what you got and what you're
Mhm.
building. So
Mm.
it's important to keep that path and surround yourself with people who actually believe in you, because a lot of great things are gonna happen from there.
For sure.
And I mean, keep doing your thing, love.
For sure. Appreciate you having me, brother.
Trust me,
For
always.
sure.
Love, love. There you have it. Another episode of Elevate the Mic, where you elevate the mindset and skill sets of individuals who are part of hip hop community. Peace.